Welcome back to Balance While Blooming. Today we are doing a girl's guide from procrastination to productivity and really how to get more things done. This is going to be productivity tips. Now, Balance While Blooming literally stands behind balancing your life, so balancing all the things you want to do with the things you need to do while blooming into your best self. So I think this video, as we are closing out a year or starting a new year or you're starting a new chapter in your life, that this is when you would come and find this video. Now, if videos like this or time management, budgeting, how to balance your life, bloom into your best self are videos that you're interested in, then please hit the subscribe button and join this community of people, because I'm just one person sharing my journey of how I'm balancing my life and blooming into my best self and giving you the tips and tricks along the way. Follow me on Instagram, because over there I share daily content of just tips and tricks about life and balancing and really becoming your best self through the busy days, busy weeks, and even busy months, and still achieving all the goals I want. First off, this is for the realistic people, the people who procrastinate. I don't want to call you lazy. That's not fair, because I think you can have lazy times, but people who procrastinate on things that just want to be more productive or use their time better. With that being said, there is a lot of times that we lose what we were supposed to do, or we get off track, or we forget things because we waste a lot of time either weekly or daily that you could have been productive with simple habits. Now, I will be honest, I am the procrastination queen, but I'm starting to become less of a procrastinator and more of a productive person because of the way I plan, the way I time manage, and everything like that. But this is a little bit of a different video. These are just some basic tips about productivity, ways to kind of shift your mindset, and really just the guide that you need to get more done. I want to start off by saying planning is step one to being productive, because if you don't have a plan, you're not even going to know where to start, and from there you're not even going to know what you need to do. So if you don't have a plan, you're already going to procrastinate because you have no idea what you're going to do. So a lot of these have to do with planning or figuring out what you're going to do for the day or week. So keep that in mind in the back of your head of how are you going to plan? Are you going to do it digitally? Are you going to do it on paper? Whatever way it is, whatever works for you. Tip number one is to complete the task when you're most productive. Now, we have energy levels. Are you a morning person? Are you a night person? How do you want to spend that energy? For me, it's a morning person, but not every time when I wake up early do I want to be productive. Sometimes I want some slow mornings. So then I have to be like, okay, I'm pushing this to the evening and this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to procrastinate it, but I'm going to give myself less in that productive time. You want to pack your tasks around your energy levels. So really stack those tasks up when you are the most active that you want. So balance the way you shift your tasks. Make sure that it's when you're productive, but also make sure that you are getting rest, and understand your moods will dictate your day. So you don't want to be the most productive in your low time and you hate doing it and don't want to clean, you don't want to meal prep, you don't want to do the dishes when you are exhausted. For us, I'll be honest, our dishes stay overnight. Some people in their house would freak out, but first thing in the morning, after I do my morning routine, I go upstairs and I do my dishes. But then there's other things at night, like at night we run our last load of laundry, we make sure that certain things are done. So we really figure out what is easy for us and keeps us in a good mood and up in positivity, and what really would bring us down if I tried to do it in a time that I'm not as productive or I'm just a little bit more moody. Figuring out that balance of what tasks are you going to do when you're really productive because you need to just get it done, or are you going to put some things off that are easy when you're not really in the mood and enjoy your productivity time to be. Next is make your least task fun. Make it something that you don't regret doing, and make it go from I hate doing this to or even it's fine, I have to do it, let's just get it over with. So for me, I hate cleaning the kitchen. I hate doing the dishes too, but cleaning the kitchen is like my pet peeve. So what I try to do is make it fun and cutesy. I have gloves, I put in music, I usually light a candle, and just something to make it more enjoyable. You're not gonna love it, you're not gonna want to do it all the time, but it's something that gives you that, okay, I can do this, let's make it fun. Now, let's say you hate planning your week. Make it fun by using a system that works for you, such as Notion. You can make that really cute. Google Drive, you can change the colors, make it fun, make it something that is creative for you. Do paper planning, get all the cute pens, all the cute stickers, whatever way that will keep you consistently doing it because you've made it okay. You may not still love it, but it's not something that you're going to procrastinate because you hate anymore. And then same with exercising, choose the gym that has the best like aesthetic for you. If you can't do that for money, the cutest outfits, water bottles, your headphones, set that scene up to be your best self in everything you do and make it fun. Next is if you think of it and can, do it immediately. So if you have time in the now to do something, why push it off for later? Why not take the time right now to do it? Such as when the trash is full, or you see some trash or a little bit of clutter and you're walking into the room that it needs to go into. Do those things now so you no longer have to do it later. And that is also saving you time later when you're like, oh, I have to go clean it up or do that later. Same goes with tiny tasks, such as answering an email. If you see it and it interests you and you took the time to read it, answer your email, right? And then you can move on to the next thing without having to keep it in your memory bank, and you don't have to write it down or remind yourself or even forget. And the simple things can really add up as you're doing them throughout the day. The rule that I like to say is if it takes under 5 minutes, just do it now, because then you don't have to wait for later, you don't have to forget about it, and you can just move on and be proud of yourself for doing it right now. This one is going to be for my planning girlies, the girls that want to be as organized as possible, and this is creating specific days for specific tasks. Now, each day can lead to specific tasks, and you can get things done on a regular basis, such as weekly or even daily. So for us, we do like Sunday is my admin day. Sunday is the day that I do the most for Balance While Blooming. I try to do a little bit each night, but Sunday is the day where I'm creating content. Saturday is the family day. No matter what happens, we try to be off our phone the most, hang out with my stepson, and really just live our best lives. Monday is our meal prepping day, which is figuring out exactly all of the meals that I want for that week. Make sure I have all the food. Do I need to go grocery shopping? All of that. Now, when you do this, each day is very specific and you know exactly what to expect. When you get it done, it's accomplished, and you don't have to worry about any other tasks within reason, obviously, but for that criteria, because you know the next day is something else. And then you get into a system and a routine. Listen to my how to build a routine, and this is where those nooks and crannies fit in, where you are finding the time every single day to do the things in between your routine and your system, because you have it set up to the times that you need to do things. And that is so important when you are trying to be productive and really get a routine going of just cleaning and getting more things done. But not only that, but just get ahead in life without wasting time. Next, if you are forgetful girly, you have a lot going on in your mind, you have a lot just going on up here like I do all the time, because not only am I a wife, I have a full-time job, I have a passion project, I'm a stepmom, right? There's so much that's going on in my brain. There's a lot to do, a lot to remember. So I create lists for literally everything. Writing it down will get it out of your head and give it more space. And these lists can literally be what books I want to read, what workouts I want to do, what playlists, like what songs I want to add, the habits I want to create, the videos I want to create, grocery list I need to create. Instead of trying to keep all that in my head, I am now writing it down, and I put these lists literally everywhere. They're on walls, they're on our kitchen table, they are on our fridge, they are everywhere, and it will be right in your face reminding you, because then it's the reminder of the sticky note instead of your brain, so you can think about other things, be more creative, be more productive in a different area of your life than remembering. And anything and everything can become a list, and it leads to you being more focused, more organized, and really more likely to do it because you've written it down. Now you hold yourself accountable. It's no longer in your subconscious. It is out in front of you that this needs to get done. You need to cross it off. You'll be productive, especially if you're like me, who's like, crap, I want that paper gone. What do I need to do to get it done? Next, not everyone's going to agree, but I feel like as you are trying to go through your productivity era, where you are trying to go from maybe a lot of procrastination, a lot of lazy habits, that you need to take a lot of your downtime, that you're bored, to be productive. Don't get me wrong, you should enjoy relaxing and just understand that there's that balance between productivity and relaxation. And that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about the times when you're procrastinating and choosing to be bored or scrolling on your phone or wasting time in general. This is intended time for you to do something. And that's why I want you to be honest. Like, don't overload your schedule, don't overdo your routine, but enough that you don't need to sit on the couch and watch TV or sit on your phone and scroll, because there's always something productive you can be doing. There's always something that you can take a task off, and understanding that those days or those tasks or when you're most productive are the times where you need to be focusing instead of just letting your brain create bad habits, because there's so many negative habits that come about when you're bored because your brain has nothing else to do. So even if the productivity is reading a book or just doing something to learn a new skill or doing something that gets you out of that boredom, will help you also become a productive person, because you're not going to want to just sit there and do nothing anymore. This is where you need a piece of paper, and I want you to start taking this in mind to do this either weekly or even daily with the tasks that you give yourself of really what you're going to procrastinate on and what you're going to be productive on. When you have a whole list of things, there are 4 categories that you need to put it in. Either do it now, plan it, delegate it, or drop it. So first off, do it now is what we talked about before. Do it immediately. It's something quick, easy. Let's just do it right now. It needs to be done or could be done to get it off the list. Plan it is something like creating my content or planning an event or planning your cleaning or planning your groceries, right? Those are things that you plan. Delegating it are things that you can give off to another person. I know if you're not doing YouTube or a passion project, maybe you can't delegate that stuff, but you can definitely delegate some of your tasks that you need to do to your significant other or other people in your home, or just delegate it to a cleaning person. That takes up so much of your time and you have the means to do it. Delegate that off. And then things that you can just drop because right now it's not important or literally just does not matter, you can drop it. You do not need to do it all now. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Create systems that work best for you. What are the things you need to do? What do you need to plan? And what do you need to delegate? And what do you need to get rid of? When you are putting the focus on exactly what you need to do right now, what is coming in the near future by planning it, and then what you can pass off are going to not only let you be productive, not only by yourself, but someone else is helping you, but it's also letting you know what needs to be done and what can be planned so that you are setting yourself up for the plan and do it now, a continuous balance and flow. And that's how you're going to create that best self, because you're always planning to know what to do and then you're doing it. And that's what is going to help you be the most productive person you can be. Next is creating a functional space or a few functional spaces. I think that you need to make 1 or 2 places in your life very organized and functional for you to become your best self. Now, over time, I want you to make every place as functional as possible. For me, my car is not functional. It's always messy. There's wrappers everywhere. There's trash everywhere. When I get in my car, it's like, just get where you need to go and get it done. It's not a creative spot. It's not the place that I do my thinking very often. It's not the place that I feel very aligned with myself. Now, my office is really organized, really clean. It does still have some clutter. I'm still working on this process, but it is functional. An unkept space will literally take more time, and make sure that you are understanding that this is going to take a lot up front. You're going to have to clean these spaces. You are going to have to create the space and what goes everywhere. But then once you do that, you are keeping it one space at a time, maybe one night a week. That's what kind of we try to do. We try to stay around one room every single night of the week to just the upkeeps. Make the time to do that, but each area now only needs upkeep, where some still need deep cleaning, deep organization, but making it functional will let you get the most and be the most productive in that area for whatever you need to do. So start with one area at a time and make it as functional as possible. Declutter, organize your space, and make sure that you walk into that space feeling like, okay, I'm ready to do what I need to do in there. Make sure that you are consistently keeping up on the upkeep and taking the time to really create that functional space in every area of your life that you go into. This last one is going to be the hardest for people to hear, and this is get rid of time wasters. Now, I'm gonna go into watching TV and TV time, but first off is not planning. You are wasting so much time not planning. A lot of these tips all go around planning your day, planning your week. Even you can plan your month, because you need to know in advance what you are gonna do, because if you don't have a plan, there is no plan. And then you are wasting time trying to figure out the plan when you could have been productive because you took the time to plan. But for watching TV and your screen time, I understand that there are times for it. I understand sometimes, as I said, go watch my routine video. There's times that you can do those things, but make sure that you are really thinking, even when you are consuming, what is time wasters? What are you watching with intention? Because what is the reason that you are scrolling or watching that show? Is it just for leisure? If that's fine, you cannot do that as much as maybe you're watching YouTube for inspiration or something like this that is helping you grow or become your best self. Make sure that you're not doing nothing even when you want to do nothing, if that makes sense. Make sure you're always learning, growing. Make sure that you're not just sitting there wasting your time. Make sure that there's a reason behind it. Not every show is going to be like that, but at least 90% of it should be for a reason. Are you learning something new? Are they motivating you? Is this going to bring you down? Like, what is the reason? And once you figure that out, you'll know if it's going to help you become your best self or not. And don't overload your tasks, because then you're going to not be balanced and you're going to lose your productivity. So that's why I'm saying you can watch TV, you can scroll on your phone, but also make sure that you're making the time to do that. And I'm also someone who watches a lot of like leisure YouTube. I watch that when I'm cleaning, when I'm doing the dishes. I read my really sappy books when I'm being productive, right? It's background noise to me. It's something that entertains me, but I'm taking that and basically stacking it with leisure with productivity. And I 100% agree to that. So make sure that you understand what's time wasting and what is helping you also be productive. And don't get me wrong, you can live your life doing things you want to do while you balance the things you need to do. For me, I need to clean my kitchen, but I want to read my book. I listen to audiobooks now because the best way I can be productive and listen to my books and enjoy the life that I want while doing the things I need to do, the things I want to do. So this all being said, you need to find the balance. Being busy, being productive, and being calm and relaxed and just doing what you want, those are two different things. You want to feel fulfilled. You want to feel like you've done a lot in that day and have accomplished as much as you possibly can without overdoing yourself. Make sure that you are understanding that you're being productive and doing well. Reward yourself as you're beginning this process. When you have a great week, check your focus. What are you focusing on, and what are you choosing to be productive with, and what are you wasting time on? And once you start seeing that, you're gonna stop procrastinating. You're gonna understand whatever of these tips work for you. Take them, work with them, make yourself become a productive person. But it is time to right now take the action to stop procrastinating and become your best self, become your productive self. The most powerful people use the 24 hours to their advantage. We all have the same 24 hours, but it's the way we use it. And procrastinating is not the way to do it. So reminder that I'm just one person showing my tips and tricks. If you have any productivity tips, drop them in the comments. Let me know which of these that you are going to start doing. And I cannot wait to see you guys bloom into your best self, balance the things you want with the things you need, create that balance, create that productivity, and really just stop procrastinating on your life to become the person you want to be. And as always, if you've made it this far in the video, please subscribe, watch our other videos about time management, how to become your best self, so many videos over here, and let me know what else you guys want to hear from me. So much is coming, and I am ready to just skyrocket into this next chapter of my life and what is happening, but it would never happen if I procrastinated on it. I've had to be really productive, very intentional with my time, and understanding that planning your life and balancing the things you need to do with the things you want to do is one of the only ways, in my opinion, that you are going to bloom into your best self, because you need to have that balance. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.